can't even see myself. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Verses and Paragraphs. I know it's like almost starting a little bit early, and it is another television on the go, but today's broadcast is going to be very, very short. I'd like to start apologizing for yesterday, even though it wasn't my fault. Actually, the network I was using, MTN network, it just conked out on me. But today I'm transmitting from somewhere. I'm actually in a meeting. I just came out because I didn't come on yesterday, and today I just wanted at least to offer an apology as to why we couldn't be on air yesterday. I actually put it up to say, I'm trying to see if I can see myself inside this thing. I'm outside somewhere. There's the background noise of generators where I am and people who are working. But I'm hoping that some people will come so we can talk about what we want to talk about today. But it's going to be very, very, very short broadcast because I'm actually in the process of doing something. Oluwafunta, thank you so much for joining our broadcast live from France. I'm going to be on for a very short time today because I'm actually in the middle of a meeting, but I stepped out because I want to say sorry for yesterday. Even though it wasn't my fault, technically it was MTN's fault, but today we are on, and today's broadcast is going to be very, very short. But at least let's just talk about something. Yesterday, I want to do what I was supposed to have done yesterday today, but it's going to be very, very short. I'd like us to talk about phrases. There are some phrases that we use at times incorrectly, or we don't even know why or when we're using them. The phrase, one of the phrases I'll talk about is "did you know?" Many people make a confusion between "did you know" and "do you know." Now, when you're going to use "did you know," you use it when you are asking someone, if they know a fact that you already know. If you know a fact and you are assuming the person you are talking to doesn't know that fact, then you use the phrase "did you know?" For example, did you know that there is a private beach in Lekki called the Obafemi Awolowo Beach? Where this is a fact that you know, and you're very sure that your hearer doesn't know. And that would be no if the person you are asking did not know that before you ask. So yes, if they already know. Did you know can be used to ask about any kind of fact that you know. Okay, I'll give you some examples. Did you know that I used to play basketball when I was in university? That's the fact that I'm sure you didn't know. Did you know that up to 60% of the human body is water? Did you know that babies and kids have more water as a percentage than adults? Did you know that? Okay. Did you know that at birth, every human has 270 bones, which decreases to 206 bones by adulthood? So when you're using the phrase "did you know," it means that you already know a fact that your hearer, you assume the hearer doesn't know. And in each of these examples, the speaker wants to know if the listener knew the given information before the question was asked. The speaker, however, already knows the information. Now, okay, Matt's my cousin Eric Osai, watching from Lagos. Thank you for joining our broadcast. Bridges La, I don't know whether you're in Lagos or in Abuja, but thank you for joining our broadcast. My broadcast today is going to be very, very short because I'm doing something wrong. Please, can you send my own portion of the cake to Lagos? Just Bluetooth it to me and I'll eat it. Thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. We're talking about phrases. Yes, wow. Yes, wow. Which of the you want, Oluwafunta? Now, this other phrase is "do you know?" Do you know is usually used when you are trying to find out information that you do not know. For example, I say, do you know where the office is in Surulere? The person you are asking will usually give information if they can. No, did you know? Did you know? We're talking about phrases. Did you know and do you know? People always say that mistake. Did you know? If you're using the phrase "did you know," it means you already know something that you assume your hearer does not know rather. So if you say, "Did you know that I used to play basketball in university?" You didn't know that fact. I already know the fact. And that's when you use "did you know?" And then when you're going to use "do you know," It means you are asking for information. Do you know? Do you know how to make gingerbread cake? Do you know where the nearest library is? Do you know how much it costs to take the ferry from CMS to Apapa? Do you know if an office opens on Sunday? In these examples, the speaker wants to know some information and they hope that the listener can tell you. So there are two different phrases. Did you know and do you know? Did you know is when you know the facts, but you assume your speaker don't know the fact. And so did you know that there are 207 bones in the body? Did you know I used to play basketball? Hi Bridget, how are you? Angel and Dafe. I have already apologized for yesterday, although it was not my fault. Today's broadcast is going to be very, very short because I actually stepped out of this meeting because I didn't want to disappoint you today. We are talking about phrases, did you know and do you know? Did you know is used when you know a fact, you already know a fact, and you are trying to tell somebody something who you assume does not know the fact. So, did you know I used to play basketball in the university? When I was in the university, you didn't know that fact. I know the fact. So the appropriate answer will either be no if the hearer doesn't know, or yes if the hearer knows. But in this case, did you know is when you have a fact that other person know the fact. Please, for him sweating outside because I'm still going to go inside actually. Then you use do you know when you are trying to find out information. Do you know where the INEC office is? Do you know how much it costs to fly from Nigeria to Dallas? That is when you are seeking information. The main difference is that you use did you know when you already know, and do you know when you do not know. I hope you got that one. So you use did you know when you already know, and do you know when you do not know. Bridget, shout out to you. Thank you for joining the live broadcast all the way from Escape. Then I want to talk about remember. You know the definition of remember is to be able to bring back a piece of information into your mind or to keep a piece of information in your memory. That is another did you series. Did you remember to lock the door when we left home? Do you remember? Ask if you remember something right now at the present, even though what you remember may have happened in the past. Did you remember it may have happened in the past, but it is still in the present? Now, I'm not going to go beyond this one because I need to get back where I am. So I'll just give us our word of the day. Our word of the day is omnishambles. Omnishambles is a noun. Omnishambles. And omnishambles is a situation, especially in politics, in which poor judgment results in chaos with potentially disastrous consequences. There have been shambles in Nigeria because someone stole the maize yesterday. So that is an omnishambles. There was an omnishambles yesterday in the National Assembly of Nigeria because someone stole the maize. One of the senators brought in thugs and they stood back and the maize has recovered. But that is only shambles. Now let me hold it up if I can. Where is it? Omni shambles. That's our word of the day, omni shambles. I'm going to go back to my meeting. So this is the word omni shambles. Omni shambles. Omnishambles is a situation, especially in politics, where there's chaos and disorder. There's chaos and disorder in the Nigerian Senate right now because the maize was stolen yesterday by one of the senators. Anthony McNeil, thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. Thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. Thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. I'm sorry, but I have to go because I had to step out of a meeting to do this because yesterday MTN didn't allow me to transmit. Today we've talked about the phrase did you know, do you know when to use them. You use the phrase did you know when you have a fact, you know a fact, and you know you assume your hearer doesn't know the fact. So did you know that I used to play basketball in university? Most of you did not know that fact. Then you use do you know when you do not know but you want to acquire some information. Our quotable quote for today to inspire you: never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. That is by Dr. Mae Jemison. Mae Carol Jemison is an American engineer, physician, and NASA astronaut. She became the first African-American woman to travel in space when she went into orbit aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour on September 12, 1992. Our word for the day is omnishambles. And omnishambles is a situation, especially in politics, in which poor judgment results in disorder or chaos with potentially disastrous consequences. There's an omnishambles right now in the Nigerian National Assembly because the mace was stolen yesterday. You know, that's the symbol of authority of the highest ruling body in the country. I thank you, everyone who have joined our live broadcast today. Very strong day. We learned something between the two phrases, did you know and do you know. Thank you, everyone who joined in from America, from France, from Lagos, from Abuja. I don't know where Renekome is watching from, but thank you so much for joining our broadcast. I have to go now. If you want to watch this broadcast and another broadcast, you can see it on Facebook, or you go to my YouTube channel, just type Erumena Amata and you'll see it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this broadcast. I'll see you tomorrow by God's grace. Bye-bye.